Well, our coverage of the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission continues. Since that day in 1969, one of the biggest challenges in the industry is the role that women play. Joining us with more now is the Vice President of Defense Programs at Stellar Solutions, Inc., Betsy Pimentel. She is in Colorado Springs. Betsy, thanks so much for joining us. So I guess the big question has to be, what has the role of women been over the last 50 years? How has it changed?
Well, I think the role of women has really grown over the evolution of the aerospace industry. When I first began in the industry in 1980, there were very few women, and those who were working in the industry were in their 20s to early 30s. And the Stellar Solutions founder, Celeste Ford, was working in the aerospace industry at the time, doing early integration with the space shuttle. And there were probably, one or two women in the room for any activity that went on then. Now it's not 50%, but I would say it's certainly well between 10 and 20%, which is a huge change.
Betsy, Dan here. Since we're talking about the anniversary, what's interesting, and I'm just curious whether it has struck you, how much the public interest in all of this has remained. And you just look at the number of movies we've seen in the last few years about space. Now, not all of it missions to the moon. There's been movies about Mars, but of course there was that movie Hidden Figures about women working in this space. But yeah, it's sort of a story that just doesn't go away, and they continue to milk it in Hollywood, obviously. Have you been struck by that, Betsy, kind of the public's interest in all of this?
Yes, actually, what I have seen over the last few years, both from the media and the movies that are going on, and the huge commercial upswing in the aerospace industry, is there's a lot more energy around space. The fact that there are new entrants into the space industry that are doing things quickly, really, it energizes the younger generation. They can see things that actually come to fruition over a short period of time, and that brings everyone's interest out.
So Betsy, talk to me about what you see next in this space, because we have a lot of private companies that are getting involved. We've got SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, we've got Blue Origin. What exactly do you see coming in the next 10, 20, 30 years?
Excellent. Yeah, I think what we're going to see is really an explosion in what's tried. I mean, some things will work, some things won't, but that's part of what you learn in space, is that it is rocket science. But what we're going to see is proliferation of communications, proliferation of video and audio access to be able to do things like this easily anywhere in the world. And we're going to really harness the potential of the whole human race. And beyond that, you're seeing a lot of interest in things like space mining, and we really don't know. That's the most exciting part about the return to the moon that NASA's focused on right now, is we don't know what we're going to find. In some cases, we're going to learn new technologies and find new science, and that enables everything.
Betsy Pimentel joining us from Colorado Springs. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.